Hey Abby, hey Sam, how's it going? Happy Monday. I had to think about that. Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you were both able to get outside, enjoy the fresh air, enjoy all the sunshine of Saturday. Oh my goodness. Wasn't it just a gorgeous day outside? It was unbelievable. I want to apologize for the freckle from last week. I recognize that the rounding caused us a little bit of frustration, and I am frustrated at Freckle that it rounds the way it does, even though you gave the right answer. So I just want you to know that I recognize that you guys know what you're doing, and I'm sorry that sometimes Freckle rounds its answers a little funny and then counts it wrong. It's one of the little pitfalls of some of these online platforms is if you don't put in the answer exactly the way that they have it in their algorithms, they count it as wrong, even when I can see what you put and I can see what it counts as the answer, and I see that your answer is correct. So no worries about that. We are going to move on to look at the volume of a sphere. Now, what is a sphere? I'll give you some examples of spheres, and then I want you guys to think of a definition for a sphere. And I want you to have that ready when we get to come back to school tomorrow and see each other. Okay, I'm so excited. So I want you guys to think about the definition of a sphere. These would be counted as spheres. A basketball, a soccer ball, baseball, softball, dodgeball, a kickball, that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Those all count as spheres. So what is a sphere? A big circle? A 3D circle? Kind of something like that. See if you guys can come up with a better definition after doing your homework today and bring it to me tomorrow. But a sphere, we can find the volume of how much can go into a sphere. Now, if we're thinking that a sphere is like a 3D circle, there are two things in the formula that you definitely know. You might know this formula already. You might have looked ahead. You might have Googled it for something. You might just know it off the top of your head. But what is the formula, or what have we been using when we've had things that have either had circular bottoms or circular tops, right? Think of our cylinders, think of our cones. What are two things that we've had to use? You should be shouting at me at the computer screen. Pi and radius. Pi and radius. Now, I don't remember if I sent your math notebooks home, and if I didn't, I'm really sorry. Write this at the top of your workbook page, and we can take some more examples tomorrow. So, the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi radius cubed. Radius cubed. It's important that you put the 3. Your radius is cubed when finding the volume of a sphere. So, what does that mean? It means if they give you the diameter, you cut it in half and then you cube it. Right? You cut it in half and then you cube it. So, for this one, 8th graders, Abby and Sam, what I want you guys to do is I want for you guys, when you're plugging this into your calculator, I want you to first plug 4/3 into your calculator. Let me grab my phone and show you. Let me get my calculator out. So what I want you to do, let's say they give you the radius, sorry, that was uncomfortable. Let's say they give you the radius as 4, okay? And they want you to find the volume of this sphere. What I want you to do, show you my phone, is I want you to do 4 divided by 3, hit the equal, and then you're going to get this number. And then I want you to hit multiply times, for pi, if your phone calculator, what you're using, doesn't have a pi button. I think mine does. If I flip, let me see. Whoa! Okay, so I flipped it, and I thought I had a pi button. There it is. Yep. So I flipped it. I'm going to hit the pi button. I hit multiply and then I'm going to hit the pi button, and then I hit the equal, and I get this number. Great. Now I'm going to hit multiply, and I'm going to hit, what did I tell you the radius was? 4? Oh my goodness, this is embarrassing. I forgot. Let's say I said the radius is 4. That's what I'm remembering. I'm going to hit times 4 cubed. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4. I told you to memorize all these. Now I don't even remember. 84? 64. Okay. So let me look at this again. 4 divided by 3 equals. Multiplied it by pi equals. Okay, get this number. Now I'm going to multiply this by 64. And I got 268.1. Now the reason that I did it like this, 8th graders, is that there's less rounding and there's less confusion in my error when I do this. The reason that I did 4 divided by 3 first and then I just multiplied it by everything else is it just makes less confusion and less rounding. It gets our answer closer to what the actual answer is instead of having a more rounded answer. So this is what I want you to do in your workbook. I want you to start practicing doing 4 divided by 3, multiplying that by pi, multiplying that by your number cubed, just so that we have less rounding throughout what we're doing. In your workbook page, I want you to use the pi button on your calculator. I don't want you to use 3.14. I know on Freckle it asks you to use 3.14, but for the workbook page, I would like you to use pi, the pi button. Also, I would like to see all your work. Now, I know you're using your calculator for a lot of stuff, but I would at least like to see you set up the problem, set up the volume equals 4 over 3 pi 4 cubed. And then I want to see 4 over 3 times pi times 64. I want to see you have cubed 4, and then you can put it into your calculator. Now, think about what your answer is going to be in. It's going to be in cube units. So let's make sure that we're labeling our answer, inches, yards, meters, millimeters, whatever it gives us, cubed, because our radius is being multiplied by 3. Excuse me, our radius is being cubed, which means it's being multiplied 3 times by itself, which means that we will have a cubed unit of measurement. Good luck. Have fun finding the volume of spheres. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow.